What if I told you the key to a more valuable coin collection could already be hiding in your jar of loose change? Today, we are diving deep into the 2025 value outlook for wheat pennies, uncovering which dates and mint marks are quietly climbing in demand and could soon explode in value. Stay tuned, because these sleeper coins might just turn your pocket change into a collector's treasure before the year ends. Number 1. Imagine holding a tiny copper coin that looks almost ordinary, until you realize it hides one of the greatest mistakes in U.S. mint history. A coin so legendary that collectors still whisper its name with awe, the 1955 no-mint mark wheat penny, a coin born from error, yet transformed into an icon of American numismatic treasure. Welcome to HD Coin's world, where history, mystery, and hidden fortune meet in the palm of your hand. The story of this incredible penny begins in the year 1955, a time when the United States was thriving in post-war progress, yet still crafting each coin with immense care and precision. But deep inside the Philadelphia Mint, something extraordinary happened. During a late-night production run, a misalignment between two dies created one of the most famous minting errors in history, a double die upverse that forever changed the face of American coin collecting. As the press struck the blanks, each impact left behind a stunning and unmistakable doubling of the date and inscriptions. The words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" appear doubled, as if the coin itself were caught between two realities, one perfect, one accidental, both merging into a single breathtaking rarity. It was never meant to exist, yet thousands of these coins escaped into circulation before the mint even noticed the mistake. Imagine the shock of an unsuspecting shopper in 1955, receiving one of these odd pennies in change and wondering if their eyes were deceiving them. Word spread quickly, and soon, collectors across America were scouring their pockets and drawers, hoping to find this rare and mysterious coin. What began as an error had now become one of the most desired and talked about pennies in U.S. history. The 1955 no-mint mark wheat penny stands out not only because of its doubling but also because of its deep, rich copper tone and classic wheat reverse design. The iconic twin stalks of wheat remind us of America's agricultural roots, while Lincoln's portrait on the front connects us to the nation's enduring ideals of freedom and unity. Each of these coins carries the spirit of mid-century America, a story of progress, precision, and the perfection of imperfection. Collectors are drawn to this coin like magnetized metal to a hidden treasure chest. Its mystique is fueled by scarcity, its fame cemented by decades of fascination, and its value elevated by the passion of those who dream of discovering one in their own collection. The demand for the 1955 double-die penny remains extraordinary, with enthusiasts worldwide willing to pay staggering sums for pristine examples. Condition plays a vital role in determining its true worth. Coins that have survived with sharp, bold doubling and minimal wear command breathtaking premiums at auction. Grading agencies such as PCGS and NGC evaluate every detail, from the crispness of Lincoln's face to the clarity of the doubled letters, because every tiny imperfection can make the difference between hundreds and hundreds of dollars and a small fortune beyond imagination. Over the decades, this coin has achieved legendary status in numismatic circles. In the right condition, this penny has sold for over $375,000 in verified auctions, with near-perfect mint-state examples pushing even higher as collector competition grows fiercer each year. Even circulated examples, if genuine and well-preserved, can bring thousands of dollars, a staggering sum for a coin once worth just 1 cent. So now the question is yours to answer. Do you have a 1955 no-mint mark wheat penny hiding in your collection? Or maybe one that has been sitting unnoticed in an old jar of change for decades? Have you ever spotted doubling on a Lincoln cent and wondered if it could be this legendary piece of history? Share your discoveries and stories in the comments. Tell us in detail which rare coins you have found and what mysteries they might hold. And if this story of the 1955 double-die wheat penny thrilled your collector's heart, let that excitement shine. Smash the like button. Drop your biggest coin discoveries in the comments, and keep your eyes open, because the next legendary US coin could be waiting in your very own pocket right now. The hunt never ends here at HD Coin's world, where every coin tells a story, and every story could lead to a fortune. Number 2. Imagine finding a penny that glows like silver, magnetic to the touch, and unlike anything you have ever seen in your pocket change. A coin that defies logic, created not by design but by accident, and now worth more than a fortune, a coin that could turn an ordinary collector into a legend overnight. This is not just any Lincoln cent, this is the mysterious and ultra-rare 1944 steel wheat penny with the S Mint mark, a coin so scarce that only a few are known to exist in the entire world. Welcome to HD Coin's world, where history meets hidden treasure and every coin tells a story of mystery, beauty, and unimaginable value. The story begins in the heart of World War II, a time when America was fighting on multiple fronts and every ounce of metal mattered. In 1943, the United States Mint made a dramatic change, switching from the traditional copper used in pennies to zinc-coated steel, because copper was urgently needed for ammunition, wiring, and essential wartime materials. These bright, silvery 1943 steel cents were strange and new to the American people, lightweight, magnetic, and unlike the warm bronze tones everyone was used to. But as the war turned toward victory in 1944, the mint reverted to copper once again, this time using recycled shell casings from military stockpiles. Nearly every cent struck that year returned to the familiar reddish color of bronze, representing a nation coming back to normalcy after years of sacrifice. Yet deep inside the San Francisco Mint, a handful of steel blanks, leftovers from the previous year, somehow slipped into the presses by mistake. What came out of those presses was not supposed to exist. The astonishing 1944 steel penny with the S Mint mark. To hold this coin is to hold a time capsule from one of the most intense chapters in American history. Its surface gleams with a silvery white finish that instantly sets it apart from all other pennies of its time. The obverse features Abraham Lincoln's dignified portrait with sharp, crisp lines that reflect the San Francisco Mint's precision during wartime production. Just below the date lies the small but powerful S Mint mark, forever identifying it as one of the rarest errors ever produced in that mint's history. Flip it over and you will see the familiar twin wheat stalks surrounding the words 1 cent, a perfect blend of classic artistry and wartime anomaly. Collectors and historians alike are captivated by this coin's incredible story. The 1944 steel cent is not just a minting mistake, it is a living witness to America's industrial might and the chaos of war production. Only a few were ever struck, and most were likely melted down or lost over time, leaving behind just 2 or 3 verified examples that have surfaced in modern collections. Its scarcity is so extreme that even world-class numismatists can go their entire careers without seeing one in person. The demand for this coin is unmatched in the world of U.S. coin collecting. It represents the perfect combination of rarity, history, and visual uniqueness, a coin that stands alone as one of the most valuable modern-era cents ever made. The silvery color, the San Francisco S, and the magnetic composition together create an irresistible mystery that collectors dream of uncovering. When it comes to value, condition is everything. The difference between a circulated and a mint state example can mean hundreds of thousands of dollars in price variation. Professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC carefully examine each detail, from the luster on Lincoln's cheek to the sharpness of the wheat ears, assigning a grade that determines its final market value. Coins with full strikes, original shine, and no signs of cleaning are the ones that achieve the highest grades and command the most jaw-dropping prices. Now comes the moment every collector waits for: the real, verified auction prices that make this coin one of the greatest rarities in U.S. history. Genuine examples of the 1944 steel wheat penny with the S Mint mark have sold for absolutely astonishing amounts, with the highest confirmed auction reaching over $1,750,000 for a single coin in near-perfect condition. Even lower-graded examples, if authentic, have fetched tens of thousands of dollars or more. For a coin that began its life as a simple wartime error, it has become one of the most valuable 1-cent pieces ever known. So here is the question: could one of these extraordinary coins be waiting in your collection or hiding in an old jar of change passed down through generations? Have you ever come across a silvery 1944 penny that looked completely different from the rest? Share your story in the comments and tell us in detail which rare coins you have found. because your discovery might just be the next great treasure in American numismatic history. If this story of the 1944 steel wheat penny with the S Mint mark amazed you, let that excitement shine. Hit the like button, flood the comments with your rare coin discoveries, and tell us what mysterious coin you dream of finding next. Because here at HD Coins World, every coin holds a secret, every discovery tells a story, and some of those stories are worth more than gold. The hunt never ends, and your next great find might be only one coin away. Number 3. Imagine reaching into an old coin jar and pulling out a simple brown penny, worn by time, yet carrying a hidden story of power, history, and fortune. At first glance, it looks ordinary, but beneath that humble copper surface lies one of the most legendary coins ever struck by the United States Mint. This is the 1944 copper wheat penny with the D Mint mark, a coin that connects the end of a world war, the rebirth of American industry, and the dreams of collectors everywhere. Welcome to HD Coins World, where small coins tell big stories and history shines brighter than gold. The year was 1944. America was winning the Second World War, factories thundered across the nation, and the U.S. Mint was producing billions of coins to keep the economy moving. Just a year earlier, in 1943, the Mint had switched to steel cents coated in zinc to save precious copper for bullets, shell casings, and communication wires used in the war effort. But when the battlefront needs eased, copper returned to circulation, and the famous bronze wheat penny made its comeback, this time created from recycled wartime shell casings melted down into coin blanks. Yet not all 1944 pennies are equal. Among the billions produced, some were struck with incredible precision, and a few, bearing the D Mint mark for Denver, have become legendary for their beauty, condition, and rarity in the highest grades. The 1944 D copper wheat penny carries with it the spirit of post-war America, strong, resilient, and full of hope. Its design is classic and deeply symbolic. On the obverse side, Abraham Lincoln's portrait shines with pride and dignity, representing unity during one of America's most defining eras. Beneath his bust lies the small letter D, proudly marking its origin in the Denver Mint. On the reverse, two elegant wheat stalks surround the words 1 cent and United States of America, a timeless symbol of growth and prosperity during the nation's recovery. Even after decades, the warm copper glow and clean, bold strike of a well-preserved 1944 D penny can leave any collector in awe. But what makes this coin truly special is not just its beauty, it is its incredible collectability and market demand. The 1944 D copper penny represents one of the most beloved and widely pursued Lincoln cents among numismatists. It bridges the gap between the steel wartime cents of 1943 and the post-war bronze era, making it a historic link in America's coinage story. Collectors prize it not only for its age but also for the fascinating transition it represents, a symbol of victory and restoration after years of global conflict. Now, when it comes to rarity and value, condition is everything. A 1944 D wheat penny found in circulation may be worth only a few dollars, but in high mint state condition, with sharp details, glowing luster, and no signs of wear, the value skyrockets into the thousands. Professional grading agencies such as PCGS and NGC carefully inspect these coins, examining the color, luster, and strike quality under magnification. Even the smallest blemish can separate a good penny from a truly exceptional one worth a fortune. In the world of auctions, the 1944 D copper wheat penny has achieved astonishing results. Verified records show that pristine examples graded at the highest mint state levels have sold for over $60,000 in public auctions, while unique, near-perfect specimens with extraordinary luster have reached even higher. These are not just coins, they are pieces of history, each carrying the legacy of America's wartime resilience and post-war prosperity. Now ask yourself this: could you have one of these treasures hiding in plain sight? Have you ever looked closely at your old wheat pennies, searching for that small D beneath the date and the perfect shine of uncirculated copper? Tell us in the comments exactly which rare coins you have found. Every story adds to the excitement and discovery that drives collectors around the world. If this incredible story of the 1944 copper wheat penny amazed you, let that excitement shine. Hit the like button, share your most thrilling coin discoveries in the comments, and join the hunt for history. Because here at HD Coins World, every coin has a story to tell, and some of those stories are worth far more than their weight in gold. Keep your eyes sharp and your curiosity alive. Your next great discovery might be just 1 penny away. Number 4. Imagine holding an ordinary penny in your hand, a coin so familiar that most people would never give it a second glance. Yet hidden among them lies one of the most mysterious and valuable treasures in American numismatic history. This is not just any cent, it is the elusive 1950 wheat penny with no mint mark, a coin that appears ordinary to the untrained eye, but whose perfection, rarity, and historical context make it a true masterpiece of American coinage. This single coin has stunned collectors, turned heads at major auctions, and continues to fascinate experts who understand that its true beauty lies not in gold or silver, but in the copper that helped define an era of post-war America. The year was 1950, a time when the United States stood on the edge of transformation after the end of World War II. The economy was booming, families were rebuilding their lives, and the U.S. Mint was in full swing producing the famous Lincoln wheat cents. The Philadelphia Mint, known for coins with no mint mark, struck hundreds of millions of 1-cent pieces that year, yet among them, only a handful would ever achieve the kind of flawless perfection that transforms a simple penny into a national treasure. Each of these coins carries the quiet dignity of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the proud wheat stalks on the reverse, symbols of endurance and prosperity that marked America's recovery and hope for the future. The design itself remains one of the most iconic in U.S. coin history. Victor David Brenner's legendary portrait of Lincoln, first introduced in 1909, had already become a symbol of integrity and leadership. But the 1950 no-mint mark penny possesses something deeper, something timeless. The color, the luster, and the sharpness of its strike distinguish it from millions of ordinary coins. Collectors often speak of its fiery red brilliance, that deep copper glow that seems almost alive under the light, as though this coin were preserving the warmth of the American spirit itself. Rarity is where the magic truly begins. While millions were minted, finding a 1950 no-mint mark wheat penny in pristine, uncirculated condition is like searching for a spark in a sea of embers. Most of these coins circulated for decades, losing their sheen, collecting scratches, and blending into pocket change across generations. Yet a small number survived untouched, kept safely in mint rolls, forgotten in drawers, or preserved by chance, and those few became the legends that drive collectors into bidding wars even today. What makes these coins so desirable is not just age or composition, but perfection. Collectors prize coins that remain in mint state condition, graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC. The difference between a coin graded mint state 66 and one graded mint state 68 can mean thousands of dollars in value. The richer the red color, the sharper the strike, and the cleaner the surfaces, the higher the price climbs. Each subtle detail tells a story of preservation, and every glimmer of copper becomes a signal of rarity that collectors cannot resist. The market value of the 1950 no-mint mark wheat penny can be astonishing under the right conditions. In circulated grades, it may be worth only a few cents, but in top mint state red condition, it can reach several $1,000s depending on grade and eye appeal. But the highest levels of perfection, the kind that only a few coins in the entire world can achieve, are where the true treasures lie. One of the most breathtaking examples ever recorded is a 1950 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat cent graded proof 68 deep cameo, which sold for an extraordinary $19,975 at a Stack's Bowers Galleries auction. Another stunning specimen, a 1950 S wheat cent graded mint state 68 read by PCGS, realized $10,800 at a Heritage Auctions event. Even a 1950 proof cameo graded proof 68 by PCGS brought $6,600. Proving that collectors are willing to pay incredible sums for exceptional beauty and preservation. These are not just coins, they are living artifacts of history and art combined. Every serious collector dreams of discovering one, a near-perfect 1950 wheat penny that has survived more than 70 years without flaw. So look closely at your old coin jars, check the details under bright light, and study the surfaces carefully. You may be holding a treasure that few have ever seen in such condition. The smallest imperfection could be the difference between a few dollars and a small fortune waiting to be claimed. Now it is your turn. Tell us in the comments which rare coins you have found, or which US coin you believe will be the next great discovery that shocks the collecting world. Have you ever uncovered a rare Lincoln cent in your change, or inherited a jar of old pennies from a family member that might hide a secret fortune? Share your story in full detail, because your discovery might just inspire our next episode. If this story of hidden history and remarkable value amazed you, show your excitement by leaving a big like and filling the comments with your rare coin finds and questions. Every comment keeps the thrill of the hunt alive and reminds us all that sometimes, the greatest treasures in America are the ones hiding in plain sight, right there in your hands. Number 5. Imagine holding in your hand a small, copper coin from a forgotten pocket of American history, a simple 1-cent piece that could be worth a fortune today. It may look like any ordinary wheat penny at first glance, but what if this modest coin from the year 1939 hides a secret that only a handful of collectors in the world truly understand? The ultra-rare and most valuable 1939 1-cent wheat penny with no mint mark has become a legend in the world of numismatics, a coin that proves that even the smallest piece of metal can hold a story of mystery, history, and unimaginable value. The year was 1939, a world on the edge of transformation. Europe was plunging into war, and the United States was recovering from the Great Depression. The Lincoln wheat penny had already become a symbol of American resilience, bearing the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln on its obverse, surrounded by the words, "In God We Trust," a motto that carried hope through uncertain times. The Philadelphia Mint, responsible for striking coins without a mint mark, produced these 1939 cents in vast numbers, yet among millions, a few emerged with extraordinary quality, deep detail, and sharp brilliance that separated them from the rest. Those coins, preserved in pristine condition, are now considered treasures of American coinage history. At first glance, the 1939 no-mint mark wheat penny displays the familiar beauty that collectors admire: the bold image of Lincoln, the elegant lettering, and the simple yet powerful reverse design showing 2 wheat ears encircling the words, 1 cent, and United States of America. However, experts know that subtle differences make this coin special. Some examples were struck with exceptional precision, producing mirror-like surfaces and sharp reliefs known as proof-like finishes, extremely rare traits for a circulation coin from this period. Even more fascinating, the alignment of the dies and the clarity of the strike can dramatically increase the value of this cent, turning a common penny into a collector's dream. What makes this coin even more captivating is its scarcity in high grade. Most 1939 pennies have long since worn away through decades of circulation, but a few survived in nearly perfect condition, protected from time and touch. These rare survivors, especially those graded mint state by professional grading services, can command astonishing prices on the collector's market. The combination of age, condition, and historical significance gives the 1939 no-mint mark wheat penny its magnetic appeal among numismatists who seek coins that tell both a story and a secret. Collectors are especially drawn to the fine details that define its grading. The sharpness of Lincoln's beard, the clarity of the lettering, Liberty, and the luster across the coin's surface can mean the difference between a coin worth a few dollars and one worth thousands. A 1939 wheat penny graded mint state 67 read by the Professional Coin Grading Service, for example, exhibits blazing color and nearly flawless surfaces, a level of preservation almost impossible to find today. As the grade rises, so does the value, often exponentially, as collectors compete for the finest examples known to exist. Over the years, some of these magnificent coins have stunned the numismatic world at auction. At a Heritage Auctions event, a 1939 no-mint mark wheat penny in exceptional mint state 67 red condition achieved a jaw-dropping price of over $10,200, proving that even a 1-cent coin can hold a value greater than gold when preserved in perfection. Another high-grade example sold through Stack's Bowers Galleries for an impressive $8,400, highlighting the enormous collector demand for coins from this pivotal pre-war year. These sales remind us that history, rarity, and beauty can combine in a single small piece of copper to create something truly extraordinary. So the next time you come across an old wheat penny, take a moment to look closely, because hidden among those familiar brown coins might be one from 1939 that could change your life. Have you ever discovered a rare wheat penny in your own collection or pocket change? Tell us in the comments exactly which rare coins you have found and what you think their story might be. Your discovery could be the next great treasure waiting to be revealed. If you love exploring the hidden history and breathtaking value of American coins, make sure you stay connected with HD Coins World. Every coin we uncover opens a window into the past and a path to fortune. So join the excitement, share your rare finds, and keep your eyes open, because the next legendary coin could be right in your hands right now. Number 6. There are coins that whisper stories of history, and then there are coins that roar with the power of time itself. Imagine holding a tiny copper piece that survived the turmoil of World War I, the changing face of America, and more than a century of collectors searching for perfection. That coin is the ultra-rare and most valuable 1917 1-cent wheat penny with the S Mint mark, a San Francisco treasure born in an era of transformation and endurance. Beneath its warm copper tone lies a legacy that few coins can match, a legacy of scarcity, survival, and staggering value that continues to ignite passion among collectors worldwide. The year was 1917. The United States had just entered the First World War, and the San Francisco Mint stood as one of the nation's proudest symbols of craftsmanship and strength. As soldiers marched overseas, the mint's presses struck millions of Lincoln wheat pennies, but not all were created equal. The coins bearing the small S mark below the date carried the signature of the West Coast Mint, each one a fragment of America's industrial might during a time of global conflict. Yet, because of differences in die quality, striking pressure, and copper composition, only a small number of these 1917 S wheat pennies emerged with the sharp detail and vibrant luster that collectors today crave. What makes this coin so visually striking is its unmistakable design, the bold, solemn portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, sculpted by Victor David Brenner, symbolizing unity and endurance during hardship. The reverse, adorned with 2 wheat stalks framing the proud words, 1 cent, and United States of America, reflects a simpler time in American coinage when art met patriotism in perfect harmony. On some exceptionally well-struck examples, the details of Lincoln's coat, hair, and lettering appear razor-sharp, revealing just how remarkable the craftsmanship of the San Francisco Mint could be in the early 20th century. The rarity of the 1917 S wheat penny lies not in its mintage, which exceeded 50 million pieces, but in how few have survived in pristine condition. Most entered circulation during wartime and were spent until worn smooth, their details lost to history. Only a very small number remain in high mint state condition with full red color and blazing luster, making them some of the most coveted early Lincoln cents in existence. Collectors chase these high-grade survivors relentlessly, knowing that only a handful qualify as the finest examples certified by major grading services like PCGS and NGC. Grading plays a monumental role in determining the value of this legendary coin. A well-preserved 1917 S with strong strike, original mint red surfaces, and minimal marks can soar in worth compared to one with dull tone or wear. Coins graded mint state 65 red or higher are incredibly rare, often described as jewels among copper cents. These are the coins that command the spotlight at major auctions, their brilliance catching both light and the hearts of seasoned collectors who understand the near impossibility of finding perfection in a coin more than 100 years old. Now, let us talk about what makes this coin truly unforgettable: its jaw-dropping market value. While worn examples might be worth modest sums, the top-graded pieces can reach prices that turn heads across the entire numismatic community. In fact, a spectacular 1917 S Lincoln wheat penny graded mint state 66 red by the Professional Coin Grading Service was sold at a Heritage Auctions event for an astonishing $26,400, a record-breaking testament to its rarity and beauty. Another breathtaking example in Mint State 65 red sold through Stack's Bowers Galleries for over $15,000, proving that this coin is far more than just a piece of copper. It is a masterpiece of survival, history, and art. The 1917 wheat penny is a symbol of American perseverance, struck during a time when the nation faced global uncertainty, yet continued to produce works of enduring artistry. Each surviving coin carries the silent story of a generation that lived through war and change, and each high-grade example stands today as a gleaming monument to American craftsmanship and collector passion. Have you ever found a 1917 wheat penny or any other early Lincoln cent in your collection or pocket change? Tell us in the comments exactly which rare coins you have discovered and what makes them special to you. Your story could inspire the next great collector watching right now. If rare coins ignite your curiosity, and the thrill of discovery runs through your veins, then stay tuned to HD Coins World. Every video uncovers new secrets from the past, hidden in the smallest pieces of metal that shaped our nation's story. So keep watching, keep searching, and who knows, the next great American treasure could be resting right in your hands at this very moment. Number 7. Imagine discovering a simple copper coin from your pocket change. A coin that has traveled through 80 years of American history, yet still hides secrets that most collectors will never uncover. That coin is the 1945 1-cent wheat penny with no mint mark, a piece that may look ordinary, but within its tiny frame lies a remarkable story of wartime America, post-war hope, and hidden value that continues to surprise collectors around the world. What if the penny in your hand could be worth far more than just 1 cent? The year was 1945. The final chapter of World War II. The United States was celebrating victory, soldiers were returning home, and the nation was stepping into a new era of prosperity and rebuilding. The Lincoln wheat penny, already a symbol of endurance and national pride, carried forward the spirit of that generation. The Philadelphia Mint, which struck coins without a mint mark, produced these 1945 cents in enormous numbers, over 1 billion pieces. But what few realize is that hidden among these are some of the sharpest, most perfectly preserved examples ever made, coins that have since become treasures for serious collectors. On the obverse, the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln stands tall, engraved by Victor David Brenner, the man whose initials, VDB, quietly honor his artistry at the base of Lincoln's shoulder. The reverse design features 2 elegant wheat stalks curving around the proud words, 1 cent, and United States of America, framed by the phrase, E pluribus unum. These classic design elements make the wheat penny one of the most beloved and recognizable coins in American history. Yet, the true power of the 1945 no mint mark version lies in its condition, coloration, and the precision of its strike. Because these coins were minted during the final year of the war, the copper used in 1945 was recycled from wartime materials, resulting in slight variations in tone, texture, and metal purity. Some coins emerged with deep red brilliance and flawless surfaces, while others show muted brown hues from decades of circulation. It is those blazing red examples, untouched by time, that have become the crown jewels of the series, fiercely pursued by collectors who understand that not all wheat pennies are created equal. Rarity in the 1945 no mint mark penny does not come from how many were made, but from how few remain in pristine, uncirculated condition. Finding a 1945 cent with full red luster, no scratches, and crisp, bold details is like finding a window back to 1945 itself. Collectors rely on grading services like PCGS and NGC to certify these gems, with top-graded examples, particularly in Mint State 67 red, reaching astonishing values at auction. Even a small jump in grade can mean a huge leap in price, making condition the defining factor between an ordinary penny and a valuable numismatic prize. Over the years, these coins have stunned the market with unexpected results. At a Heritage Auctions event, a magnificent 1945 no mint mark wheat penny graded Mint State 67 red by the Professional Coin Grading Service sold for an incredible $4,520. An astonishing price for a coin that originally cost just 1 cent. Another example, graded Mint State 67 red by NGC, was sold through Stack's Bowers Galleries for $3,600, proving that even common dates can command elite values when perfection meets demand. These sales remind every collector that beauty, rarity, and history can combine to create hidden fortune, even in the most familiar coins. The 1945 wheat penny with no mint mark stands as a lasting symbol of America's transition from war to peace, a small but powerful reminder of the strength, resilience, and optimism that defined an era. Its design, its shine, and its story all connect us to a moment when the nation looked forward with hope and pride, leaving behind a coin that still glows with meaning nearly a century later. Have you ever found a 1945 wheat penny in your own collection, or maybe even in your loose change? Tell us in the comments exactly what rare coins you have discovered and what mysteries they hold. Your story might be the next one we feature. If you love exploring the hidden beauty and value of America's most historic coins, then stay connected with HD Coins World. Each video uncovers new stories, new treasures, and new opportunities to discover wealth hiding in plain sight. So keep searching, keep collecting, and remember that one small penny in your hand could be the next great American treasure waiting to be found.